Hi guys, this is Maluchip and welcome back to another Dauntless news update. We have some news on the side, so yeah, as always, every week and every time they're updating, I'm gonna take you through it and see what they want to change. And well, in this particular case, they kind of want our help. Latest news and updates. Combat changes are coming to Dauntless. We want to improve combat, and here is how you can help. Read more. I always find out read more. Do you want to know more? If you know which movie that is, you're thinking of the same one as me, probably. Behind the curtains. It's easy to forget that we're in open beta, sometimes. But behind the curtains, our great and powerful devs are still experimenting on the core system that power Dauntless. As a player, you can see the results of those experiments in our weekly patch notes. Sometimes it's a brand new system, like cell crafting. Other times it's a refinement of existing systems. This time our focus is turning to combat. Working on our newest weapon, the Osteon Repeaters, got us thinking about ways to improve our other weapons. How could we make each weapon feel better? How could we improve on combat? What would make Dauntless even more fun to play? So combat evolving, cross-checked evolving. Change is inevitable in live and open beta as we start to experiment with weapons and combat over the next several months. It's not like we're gonna work a couple, 2 months, well, several months, yeah, okay. We ask that you keep an open heart, mind, and browser window pointed to the Dauntless forum. Your feedback during this period will help inform and shape the future of combat, and we always like hearing from you. Here are some of the areas we'll be focusing on as we revisit our combat system. Weapon choice. Every weapon in Dauntless should feel unique. As we move forward, we'll be revisiting the role and actions of each of our weapons to ensure that each one feels special. When you pick up the sword, for instance, you should feel like you're making a specific strategic choice, not just grabbing your favorite blade. Yeah, I can imagine, like, it's not like my favorite blade, it's more like with this blade I can do the most damage. I do feel that that's more the train of thought, like damage, right? Our first set of experimental weapon changes went into patch 0OB 0.5.7, and we removed the Warpike's sidestep entirely. Yeah, I heard some people complaining about that yesterday, actually, that they really didn't like the sidestep being removed. Yeah. Changed its secondary attack type from piercing to cutting and increased its damage across the board. You can look forward to similar reforging in the future, not just for the Warpike, but for all of our weapons. Yeah, changes always come with, like they ask, with a broad mind. Some changes might not seem really good, but in the long run, they might actually change it up that it's really for the better. So yeah, even if you don't like it, don't get too upset by it. They are just changes. They can always change them back. So combat decisions. Mastering combat in Dauntless requires both strategy and skill. Yeah, I lack both. You need to choose the right gear, master your combos, and watch your stamina. And time your movement. By improving on mid-combat decisions, like which attack to use at any given moment, we're taking that strategy even deeper. You can already see some of this at work with the Warpike changes. In the same patch, we gave Slayers the option to dodge. To dodge, cancel out the Warpike's Aether Harvest combo finisher. What does that have to do with the combat decision? Instead of being locked into a single outcome, finish the combo, Warpike users now have the strategic choice, finish the combo but risk taking damage, or cancel the combo and play it safe. There's more flexibility and more choice and more ways to play the way you want to. I kind of feel that this is not a heavy enough implement. I'm just going to give my comments right now as I feel them, of course. I kind of feel like, and I have this feeling a longer time, and now with the repeaters I'm getting the same feeling as I'm learning how to play with them, getting to get the distance from how far I want to play from the behemoth and where my dodge range is actually perfect, that I can get out and get back in to get the close shots. I do feel that sometimes when you're actually like shooting constantly, like, yeah, well, you just hold your button. Sometimes the dodge doesn't work, and I kind of feel like dodge should cancel any attack. Like dodge should be dodge. If you're in trouble and you see something's about to happen and you're in the middle of an attack sequence or in the middle of an attack, dodge should be able to cancel out that and should overrule it. And that would make it a whole lot, well, for me, I don't know what it's for you guys, but that would make it a whole lot easier to dodge to certain attacks from the behemoths. And well, it's not only the Warpike's Aether Harvest combo finisher, like they're talking about when you shoot that bullet from your Warpike, basically, or with the God Hand, if you shoot your beam, basically you're stuck in that position. And now with this implement, you can basically roll out of that combat, out of that position, and just make sure that you don't get hit. But I feel they kind of need to do that with everything. Like that should be, well, like I said, something I've been thinking about for a longer time actually. So yeah, good that they actually already did it with the Warpike Aether Harvest, but I feel they can take it even further. Status effects. Ever wished you had more control over status effects? Same. That's why our third area of focus is on damage types and statuses. The Warpike's wound damage is a good example of something we might revisit. I kind of love the Warpike's wound damage. Right now, wounding a behemoth feels a little too random. You don't have a ton of control over where the wounds land, and it's tough to aim at the wounded areas. For smaller behemoths, yes. For bigger behemoths, I don't really feel that's the case, but yeah, that's my perspective. A whole lot of players might feel a whole lot differently, and it's just all around difficult to see when a behemoth is wounded. Well, what they mean with that is if a behemoth is wounded to a certain part, that part will break easily. You get like that etheric little flame or cloud coming out of his legs or back, like there's a little blue cloud around it. I kind of thought that was a really good visual to actually see when it was wounded, to the point that you would almost break it instantly. By improving audio and visual cues, larger and more visible wounds, especially sounds that indicate wounding, we can make wounding a behemoth even more useful and satisfying. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what they do with this. As I say, like on smaller behemoths, if you do like the twist turn, like the spin to win, I kind of call it, you actually, well, you can hit multiple parts at the same time, wounding multiple parts at the same time. If it's with a bigger one, you just stand against the leg and you spin, and basically it's mostly the leg. There is still damage on the other parts, but yeah, I haven't really felt anything that off for me. But yeah, good that they want to change it. Like I said, really looking forward to what and how they're going to change it. So how to help us, as we mentioned before, your feedback is going to be a key part of making this work. Keep an eye on the patch notes going forward, give new changes a try, and let us know what you think, either on the forums or on Dauntless subreddit. We are constantly reading through the threads and comments. Another thing you can do, and encourage others to do, is focus on giving good feedback. That doesn't mean tell us only good things. On the contrary, we want to hear your critical feedback. As long as it's delivered respectfully, compose yourself, compose your thoughts, and then compose your message. The more coherent and calm your message, the more likely we are to absorb and share it. Please also keep in mind that combat changes can be one or more of the following: experimental, temporary, sweeping, tiny, obvious, bizarre, scary, and great. Be patient, try not to speculate too much. I love speculation. And work with us to make Dauntless a better, more fun, and satisfying game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to what they are gonna do to us. I'm definitely gonna need to step up my game with my news bulletin as they bring in the new changes. Like actually the pike cancel. I can't say, well, I've been playing with the repeaters mostly and upgrading them mostly in the past few weeks. But yeah, I couldn't say that I actually noticed this change that it could cancel it out. Like I really need to pay more attention, and that's also something I guess a lot of people need to do. Like pay more attention and then well, give the feedback. Don't just say like the Warpike sucks. That's not gonna help anybody. Try to explain what you think that's not good about it, not using the words "it sucks," and try to give like your perspective on how they can change it. That's basically what they are asking of us now. So yeah, another news bulletin this week, and be looking forward to seeing how this evolves. There you have it, the news bulletin of yesterday. Yeah, kind of like I said, I need to pay more attention to the stuff they implement, to the things they change, and definitely give my thoughts on those as well. If you have any comments, leave them down below. I love to read them. And well, yeah, give the posts and the comments also, of course, to the dev team. They are asking for our help, so all we can do is kindly pay the favor back for bringing us this great game. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.